People, deluded, I'm back again. Now tomorrow, Arsenal play Bournemouth at home. We need to get back to winning ways. I'm going to be there at the Emirates. I say get back to winning ways. It hasn't been a terrible season, but let's be honest, we haven't really convinced in regards to the league. In regards to European competition, it's been enjoyable for me watching the young players, Martinelli, Saka's, Nelson's, Joe Willock, etc., playing some good football in the Europa League. And actually, the Carling Cup at Yarabel against Nottingham Forest. We've got Liverpool in a week or so, I believe on the 30th of September. So that's going to be a great test. But in regards to the league, when have we been convincing? If we go back to the start of the season, fair enough, we walked away with 3 points against Newcastle. Burnley was a bit of ooh and ah, but we got the win. Liverpool, we know we was going to get smoked. Spurs, we should have won, but I'm not going to say that was a poor performance. So there's not really any. There's like I'm saying like two good performances for all the Premier League games we've played, and what I mean by two good performances is two performances where they were of a certain standard. Watford, we dropped points. United, we could have got. It was good to fight back and all them things there and get a point at Old Trafford, but we could have potentially got more. We need to get back to winning ways. We keep dropping points, people. We've dropped points at Liverpool, against Spurs and against Watford. We are going to drop points again this season. Now, if you look, we're approaching. Well, we're just in October. We've got November to come. If you look 2 months ahead in December, people, we've got some top 6 clashes. So it's about putting a run of form, building some momentum. We always hear how these players want top 4, how they fighting for top 4, and all of these things. It's time to show it. Against Bournemouth, we know what we're going to get, man. Eddie Howe's got a very good team in terms of technical ability. They're good on the ball. They look to make things happen. They've got Josh King. They've got a good goal scorer in Callum Wilson. They've got other players, Fraser if he plays, because I know there's contract stuff over him. Ironically, he was linked with us. They've got players that can devastate us. Harry Wilson on loan from Liverpool, free kick specialist, can dribble and all these things. They've got players that can exploit us. They're not off. If we give them an invitation to play football like we did against Villa, we could be in some trouble, people. We've got to take advantage of them. I think the only weakness I really look at is, I don't know for France's fitness and them things, but Francis and Cook, them centre-half pairings, no disrespect to them, especially Cook. I believe they're League One, potentially even Championship at best. And I think Cook has a bag of errors in him. Some of the mistakes he makes are not of a Premier League footballer. Bournemouth are the only team to concede more shots on their goal than us. So both teams are probably going to score. Both teams are probably going to have nervy moments. But for me, that's I know Ramsdale's a good young keeper, but for me that says if you don't shoot, you don't score. Have shots. From just by looking at them, I think we can provoke individual mistakes and rely on them. Cook could get caught in possession. Cook will not get caught following runners. I think Cook is an area at that centre-half where we really need to target people. I don't think Bournemouth concede cheap goals. They're a very honest team. But when you look at their goals, it's things that could have been avoided. It might be Ake not looking over his shoulder. It's things with Francis. I feel individual. They have a lack of. Sometimes they show their inability of, like us, of being able to concentrate at the final periods in the game, people. And like I also said, it's 3 games. Well, I didn't get to say, so we might as well call it 3 games in a week. We've had United, we've had the Europa League, and now we've got this. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. We need to get back to winning ways. We need to win these sort of games to get in the top 4. For me, in short, I just want to win the game convincingly. I don't want it to be a thing where Bournemouth made us work 10 times harder than we had to, people. Let's just go out there and get it done. Like I said, do not give them an invitation. If you look at Cook's penalty he conceded against Southampton, you can see what I'm on about in terms of his naiveties and things like that. Sometimes they fail to follow runners. It's almost Sunday League style, like I've said. People, apologies for that. Wrong memory card. But against Bournemouth, for me, we cannot give them an invitation to play. They have some good footballers. Josh King, Wilson, etc. They play some good football. They've got some good technical midfielders. The key at the Emirates is to make them feel uncomfortable. Teams need no introduction to try and play like us, people. I want to go out there and play in a convincing fashion. There's not much of relevance more to add in the sense that we're 4th, they're 8th. There's going to be a lot of movement in regards to the league because of, obviously, we're playing them on Sunday. If we quickly just look at, there were some stats I saw when I went on Google and looked at both of the teams, people. And it was quite interesting. So obviously we kick off tomorrow at 2 p.m. as we know. In regards to the stats, Arsenal have won all 5 home games against Bournemouth in all competitions. 4 coming in the Prem, 1 in the League Cup. Bournemouth have taken only 4 points from 8 games against us, winning 1, drawing 1 and losing 6. These things always have to come to an end at a point. In all competitions, only Arsenal have a better win percentage in home games against the Gainsborough Trinity, 8 wins, Reading and Stockport 6. 6 against Reading and Stockport, then Bournemouth 5. I mean, that's an irrelevant stat. The only team to play more Premier League games, the only teams to play more away Premier League games at Arsenal than Bournemouth without a winning point, playing 4, winning none, drawing none and losing 4, are Stoke, which was 10 games, and Burnley, which is 6 games. Bournemouth have lost their last 3 Premier League games in London, conceding 5 in every game. In top flight history, no team has ever conceded 5+ in 4 consecutive away games in London. Birmingham in 1957 and Sunderland in 1969, also 3 in a row. So Bournemouth haven't travelled well in regards to the Emirates. Let's just look at their form in regards to going away from home anyways, people. We'll just look at their recent form. So they drew 2-2 against West Ham. Obviously, we'll skip out the League Cup. I believe they beat Southampton in their little derby 3-1. They lost away to Leicester. No shame in that. They've been in great form. 3-1. They lost to Manchester City 3-1 at home. They beat Aston Villa 2-1. And they drew 1-1 with Sheffield. So the theme you can already see is that there's goals. Arsenal can't defend to save our lives. Let's be honest, that's me being nice. Bournemouth can't concede. I already mentioned the stat at the beginning, how they're conceding as much shots on goal as us or something like that. So you do think both teams will score. You do think it has goals. I think it has the shapings of being a 4-1 Arsenal. Again, I don't make predictions, and the team is probably going to make me look stupid, people. Eddie Howe's been quite nice to us. He said they've got quality right through their team and an outstanding manager. They're very well coached. You can see that from how they play. They're a very dangerous team. I don't know if he's trolling or playing mind games, but and the stat I keep saying, but just to make it make sense, only 3 teams have allowed more shots on target against them this season than Bournemouth, which is 38. Well, no, I got completely messed up. We've allowed more shots on target against Bournemouth. Spurs, Norwich and Arsenal have all allowed 44. So if we just isolate what I said at the beginning, we let 44 shots on goal. They let 38. Both teams really can't keep a clean sheet. This shows you that both teams are probably going to make mistakes and both teams will score. And it sounds stupid, but football comes down to whoever scores the most goals. I think we can win. I don't have any... I'm confident in our game plan. I'm confident in the sense I believe in our players, but I'm never overconfident. Bournemouth have a lot to threaten us, people. They've got good strikers, technical midfielders. So we'll see how it goes. Finally, in relation to the team sheet for me, it kind of picks itself at this moment. I'm going to start with the centre-half pairing. For whatever I or you say about Luiz and Socrates, I think based on how they played against United, because they both played all right, they deserve a nod in the team. I'm going to go with them two. I'm going to go with Maitland-Niles at right back purely because I'm sure we all saw in the Europa League, Bellerin, he's getting there, but he's not quite ready yet. There's the case of bringing Chambers in, but I'm going to go with Maitland-Niles at right back. So Maitland-Niles, Socrates and Luiz. Left back is a tricky one. I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. I mean, it's not a tricky one. Tierney, again, he's barely played all season. He played, 90... Did he complete 90 minutes on Thursday or did he get subbed? I can't remember, but he played on Thursday, sorry. He played significantly. Has he got it in the tank to play on Sunday? I believe yes, but I don't know how Arsenal's physios or Emery or these guys feel. But for me, Tierney would be in the team. I think Xhaka, the next booking Xhaka gets, he's suspended for the following Premier League game. So that's something to remember. Xhaka would get the nod in midfield by Emery. But for me, I would go with Torreira, Guendouzi, and Ceballos. I think it's harsh on Joe Willock. I feel Joe Willock deserves his spot, people. I think he really deserves his spot, but I do think Guendouzi does. I feel Torreira should be starting as well. And I feel Ceballos played quite well, and Ceballos' skill set in terms of attacking stuff is greater than Joe, so I think he should get the nod. But Joe should start, man. If there was 12 players, Joe should be in the team, and really Joe should be the first name on the team sheet. It is paining me inside to leave him out, but that would be my midfield. I think up front picks itself. I'm going to stick with Pepe. Let's just hopefully he hits it off on Sunday. I'm going to stick with Pepe. Do I really need to tell you who's playing up front in Aubameyang? On the left-hand side is my guy Bukayo Saka. He deserves that spot. That left wing is his until he loses it through loss of form or needing a rest and whatnot. Him and Aubameyang were our best players at Old Trafford, and they should be the first names on the team sheet. There isn't much Joe Willock can do ahead of starting to start any more games. I don't feel Ceballos will start. It'll probably be Xhaka and Guendouzi. If it is Xhaka and Guendouzi, like I said, for me, Ceballos or Joe is interchangeable. Either one in it, people. I'm just gonna go with Ceballos because I think we're really missing someone that just wants the ball and playing it in. And as much as I love Joe, one criticism potentially could be for them great dribbles and driving with the ball. Look, sort of Aaron Ramsey, yes, he does. He can pick out passes a bit earlier, and there can be a bit more quality on who the ball is going to, sort of thing, if you get where I'm going with that. But I've got a lot of time for Joe, man. So to recap the side, Leno in goal, if I haven't said it already. Socrates and Luiz as a centre-half. Maitland-Niles right back. Left back Kieran Tierney. Midfield for me personally, Torreira, Guendouzi and Ceballos / Joe Willock. Up front, they picked themselves in Aubameyang based on how he's been in front of goal. Saka and how he's taken to professional football. And I'm going to stay with Pepe, man. I'm going to stick by him. Hopefully he can hit the ground running in that game. But in regards to Arsenal versus Bournemouth, people, deluded. I'm out. I ain't got nothing more to say. Thank you for watching and rocking. Apologies for the technical mishap. Out.